Hi, welcome to Bella's Yoga Room. I'm Bella. Thanks for joining me. Today we've got a rage release practice. So we're going to jump straight in because if you've picked this video and you're feeling angry or you're full of rage, you don't want to hear me talk, you just want to start getting that movement happening, processing those emotions. So let's start right here at the front of our mat. Feet together or just slightly apart. And it's really want you to think about pushing down those feet into the ground. Standing up tall, let's roll those shoulders back. Close the eyes if you can, just for a moment. And notice how you're feeling. You might have picked this video because you're feeling uncomfortable, and rage and anger are often emotions that are hard to tolerate and sit in. And the idea of this practice, we're not going to just get rid of it. We're trying to work it through the body, that this emotion is showing up for a reason. All right, let's step that left foot back. So we're in a high lunge. So that left heel is up, generous bend in that front right knee. And then just see again, if you can maybe like sink a little bit lower. Nice and strong there, feeling that stretch here. And then we're going to straighten up that right leg and then exhale, bending into it. So inhale, coming up, exhale, bending into it. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. All right, let's open up that back left foot. So we're coming into our warrior two now, nice and strong. Feeling those arms. Arms can also be on the hips if that's feeling a bit much. But if you can, let's open up. Again, thinking those shoulders nice and open. We're just going to do a couple here of inhale up. Exhale, bending into that leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straightening, both feet facing the front now. And then we're pivoting all the way across over to the left side. And so we're going to turn out, come onto the toes of that back right foot into our high lunge here. Sinking nice and deep, feeling that opening here, creating some heat in those legs, those big muscles that are ready to fight or run away. Using those muscles. So we're going to inhale, coming up, exhale, down. Inhale, straightening out that front leg, and exhale, down. You can have a bend in that back right knee if you need to. Exhaling. Oh, losing my focus. Inhale, exhale. And then next inhale, let's turn out that back right foot, coming into our warrior two. Again, just noticing that stance, making sure that knee's over the ankle there. Inhaling and then exhaling. Inhale, exhale. And our next inhale, bringing both feet so they're facing the front now, nice and parallel. Soft knees, bring those hands on the hips, roll the shoulders back. Maybe lift the chin a little here. Deep breaths in, letting go. And then we're going to fold. Maybe just coming, keeping a nice straight back here. Or if you want to fold a little bit deeper, letting the head hang, maybe releasing those hands to the ground or the outside of the legs. Deep breaths here. And trying to work with that idea that anger, it's coming up for a reason. So whether maybe one of your values, somebody didn't share that value, or maybe you might be angry at yourself if you've behaved in a way that's not aligned with your own values. And people make mistakes, and holding on to it only brings us more pain often. So as we breathe in and then as we exhale, let go. Okay, bending those knees a little bit, rolling up, rolling those shoulders. As you exhale, bringing those legs in together, inhaling, feet together, and folding all the way down. Let's step one foot back, then the other, coming into our plank. You can always lower those knees or come even to your elbows if you've got sore wrists. So you've got some options there. Let's take a couple of breaths. Whatever you do, don't stop breathing. Doing great. You are strong. Let's bring that right hand to the middle now of our mat and start to roll onto the outside of that right foot and the inside of the left foot into our side plank. And again, you could always lower that knee, that right knee for an option. Feel that heat, those muscles. And coming back to center, bring that left hand now to the center of the mat, rolling onto the outside of the left foot, inside of the right. You could always stack the feet too, or coming to the knee. We're doing great. Use those muscles in the body. Use your breath. If you're shaking, you're doing wonderful. Let's come back to center. And we're just going to bring one knee in, then the other. So inhale back to plank, exhale, bring it in. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you can get angry at me if you want to do some really fast ones. 3, 2, 1. Let those knees rest. Bring the hands, paint all the way back to the feet and resting the forehead on the mat. You did it. Notice the breath. Notice what's coming up. Oh my God, I can't believe she made me do mountain climbers. It's okay. You survived. Let it go. Come back to the breath. Staying here for a couple more breaths. Letting the breath settle. Emotions rise and then they fall. Can we watch that and ride it rather than just get tossed around? Let's bring those hands just sort of a bit underneath the shoulders, and we're going to just sort of gently start to roll onto the top of the head. We're not doing a headstand, but we're just going to have a look at a different perspective. So just resting on the top of the head, and the hands are there to take weight, not looking around. You can always roll back when you've had enough. And then when we're back in our balasana, just maybe rolling the head, the forehead from side to side. And then slowly coming up, bringing the hands. So we're going to interlace the fingers here, bring those elbows, creating sort of like a triangle. And then tucking the toes underneath. We do want those sort of, your hands out in front. And we're going to tuck those toes, lifting up the bottom, coming into a dolphin. So just like in our down dog, maybe we're going to walk out those feet, getting a stretch in the hamstring, the calf, lower leg there. And then when you've made any adjustments, let's just settle in, find some stillness. And here again, we're in an upside down, so we're getting a different perspective of the world. Strong in those arms, strong in the legs, using that core. And then lowering the knees, letting go of those hands, and slowly coming to rest the belly on the ground. Elbows coming underneath those shoulders, palms flat on the ground. Having a soft gaze, doesn't have to be up, we're not trying to clench anything here. And here in our Sphinx variation, can you send some breath down to your belly, feeling that expansion. And then allowing the elbows to come wide, resting the head on top of the hands. Maybe shake out those hips. Let the big toes touch. Again, just realign. Notice, how's the body feeling? And then slowly bringing the head up. And we're going to just wiggle our way over to our backs. Ah, excellent. Let's bring those knees, give them a nice hug. Rocking from side to side here. And then just to create a little bit of vulnerability, we're going to come into our happy baby. So if this isn't a pose for you, you can feel free to just continue hugging those knees. But if you want to try out that happy baby, create a bit of openness again in the body, let's just bring those feet so they're sort of walking on the ceiling. Elbows can come onto the insides, hands reaching out for the outsides of those soles. And then that sort of that creating that counter force of the feet wanting to sort of jump onto the ceiling, hands and shoulders plugged in and providing some counter force there. And again, when we're feeling angry or full of rage, it's our body trying to protect us. And so coming into a pose like this might feel really scary, really vulnerable. And so just notice that as our anger or rage maybe fades away a little bit, peeling back those layers and saying hello there, vulnerability, that you're a wonderful human with feelings and they don't define you. And I think we've had quite enough of that now. So let's just slowly release that. Again, hugging those knees in. Hug one leg in, let that left leg release down to the ground. Let's swap that over. And you might want to come into your Shavasana, or you might want to just join me for a couple little alternating hugging of those knees in. Head can be rested still here. Last little bit of movement. And then release, allowing those legs just to extend out nice and long. Allowing the toes to splay out. Arms resting by the sides of the body. Closing the eyes. Allowing stillness to fall over the body. And let's just do a quick scan, starting with the feet, noticing the feet, and releasing them, allowing them to be heavy. Lower legs, letting them be heavy, supported by the ground. Thighs, hips, heavy. Belly, back, chest, heavy. Shoulders, arms, hands, heavy and still. Head, heavy, face. Just allowing the body to be heavy and still. And staying here as long as you can. Or if you're ready, and let's take a deep breath together. Start wiggling those fingers, wiggling the toes. Bringing the knees up, rolling onto one side, pushing up. Coming to a seated position, opening the eyes, coming back to the room. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this practice was helpful. If you did enjoy it, please let me know. And I can't wait to see you next time on the mat. Have a great day. Bye.